Welcome back, everybody, to Maniacal Music Musings. I am your host, Jeremy, as always. And what can I say except the Joker's wild in here tonight, motherfuckers. I was having a fun day today with 12 girls in a toy box. I'll let your brain stew over the rest of it. I don't want to keep up YouTube. But I have to pay the bills, so the show must go on, and here I am. But let me tell you, these chicks can tell me to do what I say, and I'm like, you can whip my ass for that idea. I was just trying to get a little something before they got to turn into a fucking tightwad hill up in this bitch. We had ice cream and sat in the park, but finally when I got dark, she took me inside, and when the door shut, I had my nuts in a butt. Good day. I like Ice Cube. I'm going to write a song about it, I think. But let me introduce my co-host. He is a walking contradiction they call the Dead Body Man. You can usually find him on Stort and the Ave doing some chicken hunting. Tomorrow, though, he has plans with his cemetery girl that can't be undone. He tells her nightly, "You're more than just a corpse to this psychopathic clown." He'll be on some Armitage shanks getting serviced while he hums the Headless Boogie, trying not to focus on the three rings that are slowly cutting up the blood pressure of his old evil eye. That girl of his has some geek stink breath, he says, but he decided to take the easy way out by being stuck with me here tonight. Besides, his bedroom was getting a little musty since his girl passed away in 1985. CJ, the motherfucking music god playing. He's like, I don't know what the fuck to say.
That's way 2005, not 1985.
I wanted to make her a little mustier, god damn it. But, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are glad to have you joining us tonight, as always. And tonight is the start of a very special month. Because not just is it, everybody's favorite season, but I have decided this month to have all guests from this organization you've mentioned a few times, the New England Podcasters Group, including a very, very special member from it at the last week of the month. Possibly a founder, but maybe. We'll see. But this week, nonetheless, we are joined by Ben Currier, podcaster, comedian, actor, and everybody's favorite fail guy. What's going on, Ben?
I'm doing so good. I'm super excited. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm in bed, so it's like kind of like a fireside chat, but a bedside chat. So it'll be an intimate discussion.
I got the cigarettes. Let's go.
How are you doing? I'm doing great. I'm loving that it's October, Halloween month. I'm from Salem, so I love the month, and I'll be going there relatively frequently. And so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I've only been to Salem once. But what kind of, it's too touristy nowadays, in my opinion. But
yes, I can see that. I will say, if you go on Wednesday nights in October, I'll be doing comedy. Open mic. It's called Hallowed Ground. It's in the basement of Direwolf. But every Wednesday all year long they do comedy nights, and I try to make it there as much as I can. So if you're ever there on Wednesday, check it out.
I will be 100% honest with you. I highly doubt that's going to happen with 3 kids and a wife that doesn't let me fucking leave the house after work. So, yeah, getting there in the middle of the week, that's a low chance of that ever happening. But right now, but in the future, maybe 10-month-olds kind of stop everything from happening.
They do take up a lot of time, I imagine.
I'm lucky I got to get to do this show, for God's sake. So, but, well, Ben, why don't you tell the folks at home what podcast you're doing now? Because honestly, I couldn't find the answer online.
I don't think so. Right now, I don't think I have one. So I did something called the Failure Guy podcast. If you Google world's #1 failure, it should be me. If you do #1, don't spell it out. It usually is me. Usually the AI will even say it's me, but that's only because it used to say nobody really, and I had a weird goal to do that. So I decided I'd be the failure guy, and so my podcast used to be called Failure Guy. But in Failure Guy fashion, I had a big failure, which is that my hosting company went under, and then I didn't migrate it. So it's still on Spotify, but I can't upload new ones because my host is dead and I can't change the RSS. So I'm gonna relaunch it at some point, but
Oh no.
it's in a failure guy hiatus, which is on
And
brand. It's on brand for me, and
oh,
I'll take it.
is that when they changed it from Anchor to Spotify for podcasters?
It was not that. It was there was something
Oh,
called Bcast. I had
oh,
a
never
membership
heard of that
there.
one.
They gave me like a month to move it over, and I did it the last day, and it didn't take. So I screwed myself. But you know, you live and you learn, and it happens to the best of us, as I like to say.
Yeah, I mean, I had the same shit happen when Anchor became Spotify for podcasters. I lost my feet. Oh no. Actually, well, that's when that happened. I was a part of a network. They wanted me to change over to their provider, Podbean, and
Yeah.
in that process, none of my episodes transferred over. So that's why only place to find all my shows is YouTube because they're not saved anywhere else.
Well, so my slogan is fail it till you nail it because I don't like fake it till you make it. So I think I'm going to do the fail it till you nail it or the fail it podcast or something and re-release the ones that are the best like Carol Baskin or Vinny Potestivo or whatever, you know, William Hung. There's some good ones that are have some people might recognize. And then
I
you
love
know,
Vinny.
then start over, I guess, cuz you know, whatever.
Yeah, there's plenty of, in this day and age. There's plenty of stories of failure out there. So
Yep.
you'll have success with that. And
And I
it's
had
actually
such Oh, go ahead, please.
I was gonna say it's actually funny because I was trying to find like fail it till you nail it podcast because I felt like it was already a thing. So I was like looking for it on Google. I'm
Yeah.
like, where the fuck is it?
No, so like I'm kind of on break, but I'll say yes to anybody who asks me to do their podcast. So I'll still,
Yeah,
and I've even interviewed. I've probably done 50 interviews with guests that I've recorded, and then I haven't released, and then I've lost the computer that he was even on. So, you know, but I try not to have much expectation, so it's not too bad. And like I think you know, I got an album coming out on Friday. And
yeah.
it's so ridiculous to say, but I know I'm doing something, trying something out with electronic music, and I'm doing all sorts of weird stuff. So, you know, the podcast thing, while it's awesome, it took a lot of effort, and I don't like monetizing things. So, you know, it was kind of more of a hobby, and so now I like to just kind of randomly do things.
I like monetizing things. I just don't have the time to fucking do it. But
I'd
that's the
like money
difference.
to come to me. I just don't like to like deal with it.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. Podmatch, a podcaster's best friend to make at
Yeah,
least
I
a little
love
bit.
Alex. Alex was on the podcast too. He was on my
Uh,
podcast. He's
I,
great.
I I haven't had a chance to meet him in person. I've talked to him on LinkedIn, but I haven't had a chance to actually do a video chat with him or anything. But Vinny's awesome. I think I've been on Vinny's podcast a long time ago, if I'm not mistaken. But
He's great. He's really a
yeah,
good guy.
but
One of the few people who's like, you know, usually if you have success, it makes you not so great, or like,
a,
you
di-
know, maybe the
a
great
dick.
people
Yeah.
don't get there because of that. But he's one of the good ones, which is, you know,
Oh, he is,
rare.
and he's always so humble. He's an amazing person. But
Mhm.
so, what made you want to do an EDM album? I gotta ask.
So I've always messed around with stuff, you know, music. I play guitar. I play drums. I used to work for the video game company that made Rock Band and Guitar Hero.
Oh shit.
So, and yeah, and the way I got the job was playing drums in Rock Band and becoming like number 300 in the world or something for drums. And then I play tested for them because they're in Cambridge. And then I just handed them my resume and I got a finance job. I ended up even like, so like doing all their production, going to China to see the Beatles Rock Band stuff come off the line. So, point is, I've always goofed around with it and stuff. And I just decided, oh, you know, I wanted to see. I've released podcasts on Spotify, but I've never released an album. So I was like looking up to see if you have to pay money per release or per album or how it works. And so I figured out that basically you pay either if you want to do a single, you can do that, or you can do an album. And an album can have from 2 to 50 tracks, 50. So I'm releasing an album on Friday with 50 tracks because
Jesus
it's the
Christ.
maximum. So I figured why not just fill it
Get,
on up. And
get your
so, you know,
get your freaking money's worth. Come on now.
yeah. But I'm gonna do a lot of stuff, and so I figured I'll try it out next time. I already got some ideas for doing like a lo-fi thing and some other stuff. I just want to have some good music that I can then use in projects or I could have other people using, like, you could use it in a movie or whatever, and it's something I can say I own and they could do it with. So
Hmm.
I just like doing stuff just to see how it works.
Yeah. Well, it's not a bad trait to have. I wish I liked doing things to see how they
Yes.
work because that
So
just frustrates me.
so if you're listening to this and it's already Friday or the past 10/10/2025, it's DJ unqualified. So because I'm not qualified, and I like to do the self-deprecation thing, as you can tell, so I just decided to roll with it.
Well, there you go, folks. Go check it out because I guarantee a lot of you won't be hearing this after that date. So, but what album did you want to bring us tonight? I'm kind of dying to get to this.
Tonight is so I don't know if you guys have strong relationships with the albums you picked, but I for a long time was listening to whatever my mom had in the car when I was younger, and then it would be like Vanilla Ice and other kind of weird '90s music, like Terrence Trent D'Arby and some other stuff, if you remember that. So once I finally decided to go away from whatever that was, my first thing I got on cassette was Weird Al Yankovic, but I figured I wasn't gonna do Weird Al for this, but maybe I should have. But and then my first CD that like was a rock CD that I got was Insomniac by Green Day. So while I think Dookie is a better album at the time, this was the first one that I bought. Like I remember like how it looked and everything in the CD case and all that, and it was my first. I was like maybe 14, and it was my first venture over into punk or any kind of rock stuff.
Yeah, I haven't heard the name Trent D'Arby in a long fucking time. But
Yeah, there's wishing on a wishing well. There's some songs
uh,
on that album that I forget what it's called.
hey, and don't fuck with Vanilla Ice. He's a damn juggalo. I fucking
He
respect the shit
is.
out
No,
of
he
Vanilla
is.
Ice.
Yeah. What's his name? Rob Van Winkle? Is that his real name?
Yep, Rob Van Winkle. Yep.
He's great. No, I mean they're all great. I'm just saying, like, instead of listening to Criss Cross and George Michael or whatever the hell she had purchased, which is all good stuff, I at least had chosen to go out on this limb. You know.
Yeah. And yes, you could have. I mean, you could have 100% brought Weird Al. We are a Weird Al supportive podcast.
I
We,
know I almost did, but I wanted to do something with a little more musical prowess.
yeah.
But then you
Well,
guys chose some interesting choices that, maybe I thought, okay, Weird Al could have fit. You never know.
yeah, we fit with it. We can fit in with anything on this podcast,
It's
basically.
true.
But I'll let CJ give his review first.
It's Green Day. I'm, I as a massive punk fan, I have this weird relationship with Green Day where there's not a lot of middle ground with them. I either really like the song or I really dislike the song.
Yeah.
There's very few Green Day songs that I'm kind of like, it's okay. It's either super catchy or it's just kind of noise.
Yeah.
This record to me is a lot more noise than it is that. I this record has some great moments. It also has some, you know, it also has some, yeah, that probably should have been, left in the trash can moments, but that's kind of summing up the 90s. Truthfully, like, there's a whole lot of records from the 90s that
Yeah.
were like, man, 4 or 5 really good songs surrounded by 6 or 7 songs that should have never made it past whoever wrote it while sitting on the toilet. So, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much what I have to.
So, yeah, I almost I sent to Jeremy a few options. I almost picked Boston by Boston because I feel like there's not a
That's
bad
one of my
song.
favorite records of all time.
There's not a bad song on that album. So like that would have been if I wanted to pick like music that's amazing. But since this one has a sentimental spot,
No,
I picked it more instinctually. Re-listening to it, I think I agree with what you're saying.
I mean, I immediately, when I saw 1995, I don't normally. I know Jeremy likes to like do the same year, and I don't normally. But in 1995, my first thought was like, "Oh, I'm doing Prince the Gold record." And then I looked on the list and I was like, "Son of a bitch! Somebody already brought it." Like, motherfucker, that was like, that's like my favorite Prince record.
It's an amazing record.
Oh, dude, you gotta love any record that immediately starts off with a song called "Pussy Control."
Yeah.
You know, and then immediately follows it up with a fucking badass guitar song called "Endorphin Machine." I mean, the whole record kicks. But anyways, I went through all their 1995 records, and you know, I found one that I just sort of feel the same way. It was one of those records that was nostalgic, so I get it. Like,
yeah,
you know, records hit us in different ways. So
if I had picked Boston, what would your thoughts go to?
Oh, dude, I have physically worn out.
Oh, I meant, but what would you pick in response to that? Would it be something that same year? Is that what you're saying you do, or no? You do something else?
No, I probably would have went a few years later, but it would have been Boston related.
Okay, yeah. That one's
I
crazy because where they recorded it and all the backstory and everything too.
yeah,
Yeah, it's just nuts.
yeah. Boston was one of the first records I ever owned. Yeah, I grew up in the front seat of a semi, so all we had was music.
Yeah,
because there were no like portable TVs or anything back then, and all I had was books and music. So, um, Boston, Bob Seger, Blackfoot, um, Bad Company were staples of what we
yeah.
listened to every single day.
George Thorogood, I'm sure.
That was a little later after, but
It's true.
Slade was a massive one. But the physical Boston record, when I was younger, I played those until I literally wore the grooves out of them, and Dad had to like buy new ones. And then finally, he just bought me my own, and he threw it at me, and he said, "Here's your own copy. Now leave my goddamn Boston record alone." So, yeah, Boston would have been a huge choice for me.
Next time I'll pick that one.
Exactly. I was just gonna say that, but see, my relationship with Green Day is almost. I mean, it was non-existent before the show got started. This is now the third, maybe fourth album from Green Day. Yeah, third, because I looked up the album for you. And I mean, this is the third Green Day album that I brought the show. So I've become a lot more familiar with Green Day than I ever was because of this show, and people apparently wanted to bring them so often. But
how old
I
are you,
grew up
Jeremy? How old are you?
37. But
okay.
I grew up. I was never a punk kid. I never was a punk. I'm still not a huge punk fan. But I grew up in the American Idiot phase of Green Day. That's when I.
See,
That's when I.
like almost too late for me. I got really hipster with them, and I was like, I only like old Green Day. At one point, I flipped into that mode. So
Yeah,
they did a lot. They went really broad, and even I mentioned I worked for Rock Band. We had a Green Day Rock Band game. I don't even remember that came out. We had a video
I
game.
do. Yeah.
So we did a lot. We had a lot of that going around too. So I think I have a more positive view of them since then. But
I mean, they went from punk to emo, like mainstream with that fucking album.
yeah, and then the Broadway musical and all that other shit.
I didn't. I mean, I never was a fan of them in high school when that shit came out. They had a couple catchy songs off it, but I never was a fan of them. But older Green Day, I kind of had mixed feelings for because it's some bits like it's missed completely for me, but then some bits like, all right, this song's actually fucking pretty damn good. And I mean, it's like Blink-182. Either they got it or they don't in certain songs. Like it's in the same realm for me. It's just I can't like everything they do. It's not going to ever happen.
Sure. But
this album,
a lot more they don't than they do.
Oh God, yes, it is. But
I'm not a Blink-182
fan. Me too. Me either. They got their hits where they're running naked down the streets, and that's about it. But this album, though, I actually like this album. It kind of surprised me because I was like, this is not like any Green Day I've ever heard before. This album, they're a completely different style in this album than I'd ever heard them before. Even on the older albums, freaking. was Doogie or where the hell it is. But
Dookie was
and
right before this one.
yeah,
Yeah,
Dookie.
Dookie was the one before this one, and they were.
They
Yeah,
had
I know
like
what you mean. This one
Longview.
was a little more different, a little bit more harder rock sometimes.
It's definitely more when I think punk rock. This is actually more what I think of. Like almost they did like almost a Ramones tribute on this album because like the singing style
Okay, yeah.
is very Ramonish. But
Yeah, it's what they did. I mean, in their early days when they were still playing at the ranch and um, um, 40, 40 Ranch in San Francisco, they were very Ramones. And, you know, like when they did Longview and um, the one before Dookie, like their underground stuff, um, you know, they were very raw.
Kerplunk, I think, is the one, right? There's
Yeah,
Kerplunk
there's Kerplunk and
and then
there's
Slappy Days, 1,000 Slap Happy Days, or
yeah,
something
that's
like
it.
that.
You know,
Something
I
like
mean,
that.
they had 3 or 4 records before their major label, um, and they've always been very Ramones sounding, but they
well, not if you grew up in the American Idiot days.
And
They
then
were
they
not Ramones
pivoted. Yeah,
sounding when they did that.
They pivoted at one
Yeah,
point.
they went completely different direction with that shit. Uh but yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the hell out of this album, and I got a couple of mentions even, so it really did surprise me. And I didn't think I knew any of the songs on this album, but I still am not sure. I think I do know a couple of them, but I'm not sure really.
Brain Stew had like a Godzilla version. It was in the Godzilla movie, I think. If you
Maybe that's where I
remember,
know it from.
I
Maybe
think
that's
it
where I
was the
know it from.
Godzilla one.
But
that's one of the better guitar riffs they've got. Is that Brain?
Yeah, I love that song. Is to me is worth it for the whole album because it's just
well,
that one got worn out by me listening a ton of times.
well, before we jump down that lane, go ahead and tell us, Ben. What are your top 5 for this album?
So I'm gonna be honest. I forgot. I gotta do top fives. I mean, I didn't forget. I did know, but then I forgot what they are, and I don't have a list in front of me. But I believe Brain Stew. I'm gonna say is number one. Um, what? So like Geek Stink Breath. I love. I'm gonna give it number two, but I hate the name of the song so fucking much. But if it was named differently, I would love it just as much as that first one. Number three. I don't what other names have we got here? What other names are up there? Can someone help
Well,
me?
I'll tell you what. I'll let CJ give his top 5 or whatever you got for
Yeah,
top.
you guys do yours, and then I'll go. I'll bad clean up.
It works.
I had
I took some
4.
edibles a little bit ago too, so I'm not like on the ball necessarily, but we'll see.
I had 4. Number 4, I had Walking Contradiction.
Oh yeah, that's really good.
Number 3, I had Stewart the Avenue. Number 2, I have 86. 86 is a really catchy tune. But the Brain Stew, like you said, it's pretty much the centerpiece of this record. That guitar riff, that dead
Yeah.
dead end, you know.
Yeah. And growing up, right around learning guitar around then, it was like perfect,
Yeah.
easy song to learn.
And he does it in this voice that's even bad singers, it's pretty easy to sing this song, So
Yeah.
It's one of those good karaoke songs that it's kind of hard to fuck this one up. So
Yeah.
Well, I had 2 honorable mentions because I dug the hell out of this album. Well, most of it. But my first honorable mention was Walking Contradiction because that was a fun way to end the album, and it was a really good song. And
the music video for that one is really good too. This was in the music video days when like I would watch a lot of MTV, and so if it had a good music video, I was gonna prefer.
And my other honorable mention was Armitage Shanks, which I like the message of the song. Like I like the lyrics more than anything about it, but it's an okay way to open the album.
What are the lyrics about? I don't even know if I know.
Off the top of my head, I can't think of them. At the time, they were kind of like resonating with me. I didn't write down like the line that I really liked. I probably should have, but it was first thing this morning, so I was like, actually no, it was kind of first thing this morning. I didn't want to start with Green Day because I know Green Day. I didn't want to start with them. I started with the album CJ brought, but which we'll see how I felt about that in a minute. But my number.
Wait, what'd you say? Did you say all yours? No, go ahead.
No. My number 5 is Tightwad Hill. because the guitar is amazing in that song. I fucking love the guitar in that song. And my number 4 is Stuck With Me. I feel like I know that song from somewhere, but I can't think of where. Like I
I
almost
feel like that's. I could be wrong, but that could be an American Pie or something like that.
that know I recognize a lot of music that comes from this show from American Pie, so that wouldn't surprise me. There's a lot of good
Yeah,
music in American Pie movies,
that's
but
true.
my number 3 was Brain Stew because that is an incredible fucking song, and
And
I
someone's
know.
talking about me like a motherfucker.
My number 2 was Stort in the Avenue. We Are All Fucked Up. I fucking love the lyrics in that song. So,
Hmm.
and my number 1 was Geek Stink Breath. That song really blew me away, and I want to say I heard it somewhere too, but I can't think of where because Green Day songs, a lot of them sound very familiar, like very like similar. So
Yeah.
I could be thinking of other Green Day songs when I'm hearing like certain guitar riffs or something like that. So it's I swore I was at least one of these. I was hearing like something from another album that I know what that song is. I'm like, wait a minute. So I mean, they probably reuse riffs like every band does at times, but I enjoyed it. It was a overall pretty damn good CD. But
Okay, so you all reminded me of some good ones. I'm gonna go with number 1 being Brain Stew, number 2 being Geek Stink Breath, number 3 is gonna be um Walking Contradiction. Number 4 is um 86, and then 5 would be Stewart and the Avenue.
all right, yeah, that's
Good
yeah.
choices. There's some
Well,
songs on there that like I forget, but like you're saying, but then they're like, even though I can't remember, it seems like it makes no sense to call them catchy, but they're still catchy.
well,
Either way.
I think I'm gonna let CJ go next tonight because his album kind of bridged the genres of the 2 other albums. So we'll take.
I tried to find something that was kind of like halfway between,
So
you know.
let's cross that bridge now. On well, we'll see. Yeah. What you want to bring, CJ?
Um, I went through the 80 or the whatever this is 195 list and trying to find something. There were all kinds of punk records from that year that I considered. Um, Less Than Jake, um, the Scullies.
Do you know when Out Come the Wolves by Rancid came out?
I
92 maybe? Is that it
think
seems like it's earlier, but it could be wrong.
93. I think it was 93. Um,
Okay.
but I ended up coming across realizing one of the bands that I saw the only time that I've ever gone to Vakken. I went for the sole purpose of seeing Creator, but you know, Vakken being Vakken, there's like 150 bands that play over the week. Um, One of them was a Swedish band called Clawfinger. And I had heard the name, had never heard their music or anything. They got on stage, and basically, if Rammstein played Limp Bizkit songs, it's kind of how they were on stage. Like they were just very bombastic. But what caught my attention was lyrically, some of their songs were very, very bold. Like they have a couple of songs that are just slurs. Now, so when you see the title, you think, "Holy shit!" But then when you hear the song, you're kind of like, "Oh shit!" It's the complete opposite. It's them using that word basically to say, why it's wrong. Um, but anyways, they have a record called "Use Your Brain," and a lot of the songs that I saw them perform that day are on this record. So that's what I ended up choosing. Since I couldn't use Prince.
Yeah. Though Prince would have been weird with this combination of albums, I would say. But I would have accepted it, no, nonetheless, because it's motherfucking Prince. But it would have been a weird combo. But Ben, what did you think of Clawfinger before I give my glowing review here?
Um, I do agree. Some of the lyrics were bold. A lot of the music itself was good. I do agree with it was Rammstein-y vibes of the guitar, and like they were pretty catchy melodies and whatnot. I struggled a little bit with not the lyrics, but the guy and how he sounded singing it.
Yeah.
To me it was like a Faith No More, but way less. Like a
No,
very
I get
bad
it.
knockoff of that. And so I didn't, and I don't know any of the context or anything, but some of the songs were funny. Like "Wipe My Ass," which I liked a lot because of how ridiculous it was. But they definitely seem to be pushing the boundary. And I just think if they had a better lead singer, I would like it more because I loved a
Yeah,
lot of the music.
I think a lot of the problem with Klaus is he has that very very strong Nordic
It could
accent
have been the
because
language
of
barrier
his
because then he
language.
probably just said things that were not very profound. And that's maybe
You
it
know,
sounds better in his native tongue, perhaps.
um, he's got that very Nordic sound, but you know, I definitely understand that. You know, he's not. They're not going to be for everybody, because there's certain songs on this record that I don't like, but they make up for it on the other songs that I do love. Um, so they're kind of
And they're obviously really talented too, for sure.
yeah. I mean, they're still together. They've been around for 25, almost. They're going on like 30 years touring the same five guys. So
Hmm.
I mean, they've worked really hard to get where they're at and build their fan base.
For
Well,
sure.
let's see. What did I think of Clawfinger? I started my day off with this fucking album when I got to work and not knowing at all what to expect because I never heard that fucking name in my life. But I'm like, all right, I've been surprised before. I've been surprised before by bands I never heard of, so I don't like to think negatively immediately. Put on the first song, and I was like, what the fresh fuck, CJ? And I was like, oh, I'm like, this is what Linkin Park sounds like without the rhythm. Okay, good to know. But I, I, and I don't know. It's just I am really having a hard time today, like even trying to think of what to think of this band. They're an amalgam to me. Like basically, it's like I don't know which way they're going or what to think of them. The lyrics were good for some of the songs. The freaking beats were good for some of the songs. I mean, the guy's voice, I definitely agree with Ben on that. The guy's voice is just not pleasant. Like there are certain singers' voices that I can like listen to all day. I feel like I
Yeah,
would want to throw the CD out the window if I had to hear it on repeat all day.
So there's like
So it,
this kind of like a cringy style that was like kind of like maybe it was the '90s thing or whatever. It's like and like like very
I mean, no,
uh
because there were
that's
rappers that did, there
that's
were
why I
rappers that did,
describe him as like if Limp Bizkit and Rammstein,
I,
because he does kind of have that cringy Fred Durst thing a little
I
bit,
could see,
but
yeah, I could see
I mean,
you
I
know.
could see that 100%. I mean, I thought of Limp Bizkit right away when I heard them, but it's it's like I don't know. They're just it seems like they're trying to be something and they're not being it. And like unless the guy changes how he does his fucking songs in the future records, I don't know how they lasted so long and carried a fan base. I really don't. I mean, I will say,
I was showing my girlfriend it because I was like, this is not that great. What do you think? She likes like heavier music, whatever. And we both looked, and I saw there's 258,000 monthly streams, and I'm like, who the hell is listening? I can't believe there's that many people listening to it.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
So I agree with you. How do they get that? But maybe they have some gems in there.
I
a lot of it is they have a song where the title is the N word, and it's
I
an
know I saw that one. I was very confused as to which way it went,
yeah,
and
it's an
then at the end,
anti-racism song. And then they have FAGGIT, and that's basically a song making fun of a anti-gay preacher from Sweden. Um, and then there's a couple songs where they're making fun of Varg from the Lords of Chaos thing for, you know, all the church burnings and all the white power shit that Vard has done. So, you know, a lot of some of their fan base is just of people that support them just for being outspoken.
I was gonna say, I had
anti-
to keep reminding myself that this album came out in '95 because I'm like, a lot of the themes in this album are very relevant to what's going on in today's sociology, basically, like in today's world. Like a lot of the stuff, I feel like this could have been an album that came out like this year and people would have rallied behind it. So,
yeah,
I mean,
and
especially
I
that
think
opening
that's some of their fan
song.
base is that.
I definitely think they got a lot of the left on their side right now, and they probably discovered this band. They're like, I like their message, even though the guy can't sing. Yay! Let's go flip over police cars in freaking Boston. Yay! But yeah, but CJ, what are your top 5 for this album?
Number 5 is Wipe My Ass. Number 4 is Pay the Bill. Number 3 is Tomorrow. Number 2 is a song. It's the song Undone. I really relate to Undone, where he's talking about just regretting all the stuff he did as a teenager and the shit, how he hurt people. I relate to that so much.
Same.
But my favorite, they did the song live, and it's the lead singer's son who's actually doing the child's part. It's the song "Do What I Say."
Yeah. What's it called again?
Do what I say.
Do what I say.
I had "Do As They Say." It was "Do What I Say." Okay.
Yeah. The first time when they were doing it, it reminded me of the Little People's thing from Les Mis.
Yeah.
You know, the little people need love too. But the kid part is what makes the song. It's so melodic, the way it's got that line built into it. And then he's building this whole thing about, basically the song is about his dad being a dick and him being powerless as a kid and saying, you know, one day I'm going to grow up and people are going to say what, you know, are going to do what I say. So again, it was another song that I really related to, being a foster kid, you know, coming from abusive parents, just having days where you told yourself, I just have to make it through this day. I just have to make it through this day. So yeah, you know, to me, Undone and Do What I Say are kind of worth the whole record. It's really a record. The first 4 or 5 songs on this one are kind of throwaway. It's right around song 5 or 6 where they really catch their bearing and, you know, go all out. So
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
But Ben, what were your top 5 for this one?
I only had the top 3. I'm gonna steal 2 of his because I don't remember some of the other ones. I had number 1 being "Wipe My Ass" because I like funny things, and it was pretty funny to me at the time. So I picked that as number 1. Number 2, I did the "Do What I Say" one because I thought that, like you're saying, the kid part was a good, interesting, unexpected turn for them to take. I also had "Undone" as number 3 on my list for similar with what you're saying, being the number 1 failure. I've messed up quite a bit, and you know I identified with a lot of that. And then I wrote down "Tomorrow" and "Pay the Bill" because I didn't remember any other ones. If Jeremy refreshes my memory, I might switch it out. But
Maybe I only got one that everybody else didn't do, but I have my honorable mention is "Pay the Bill." That's just like a good song because everybody has to pay bills, and it's just like yeah. But my number 5 was "Tomorrow." That was a good way to end the album. My number 4 was "Wipe My Ass" because that was a funny ass song. But my number 3 was "Undone" because I can I can also relate to that. There's a lot of shit I did in the past I wish I could undo. So my number 2 was Easy Way Out because the lyrics and the beats are phenomenal in that song. I fucking love that song. And my number 1 was Do What I Say because the kid's voice does make it. And knowing that it's his son makes it even better, honestly. And it reminds me of this song from the 50s called Tell Me a Story that Jimmy Boyd did. And the kid's voice like makes that song too. So
even though it has nothing to do with it, it kind of reminded me of Jay-Z Hard Knock Life.
yeah,
Anything.
A little bit, yeah.
Well,
It has that vibe to it. Like it has that sort of
the innocent,
almost musical,
yeah,
type of thing. Like the first time I heard it, like I said, it was at Wacken. There was like 80,000 people. You know,
what's Wacken? I don't know Wacken.
Wacken is like the largest metal festival in Germany.
Okay, nice. What part of Germany? What part? It's okay if you forget.
Cologne. It's outside of Cologne. It's outside of Cologne.
I've been to Frankfurt, and we were gonna stay in Munich, but we had to cut it out of the trip because we didn't understand how the Eurorail worked, and we missed a day.
It's outside of Cologne. It's a 5-day festival. They have between the local bands, the mid-level bands, and the big headliners. They have normally 3 stages, and they have about 150 bands that play over the week, pretty much around the clock. Like it goes from 6 in the morning until 2 o'clock in the morning. And then at 2 o'clock, they kind of chill for about 4 or 5 hours to set up for the next day. But it's about 100,000 people a day that are there.
Crazy.
Slayer, Black Label Society, Creator. I mean, a who's who. Lord of the Lost. I saw them actually play there one of the times I was there.
Lucky bastard.
Okay, yeah. So you were in the perfect scenario to enjoy this band.
Yeah, like I had heard of the band before that. Like I had never heard them, but I had heard because basically when they did the N-word song, it got them a lot of attention. You know,
I bet.
And they did the video for it. And of course, you know, I had never seen it or heard it or whatever. So I knew they were playing. And then the other stage, I think it was Belfagar or something. It was some death metal band playing. And
Belfagor, yeah.
Yeah, like I like death metal, but I'm not like a massive fan of it. So it was kind of okay, you know, this band or Clawfinger, you don't really go wrong with Swedish bands that much. Like most Swedish bands are cool in some kind of way or another.
Yeah, Abba would agree.
When I first listened, I didn't know they were foreign, so I also probably didn't give them the benefit of that doubt either about the language.
Yeah, they're from Sweden, and they were really good. They were very energetic. Their stage show is a lot like Rammstein. Like, I mean, they have big flashing lights and cannons, and you know, I mean, they put on a really great live show. So,
I'm sure they sound like they would, but well, folks, we've crossed that bridge, and it's time to see what's on the other side of that bridge. And I am so excited for this one because I can't believe in 130 plus episodes I haven't brought this album yet. It's almost like I've slapped myself in the face just thinking about that fact I haven't. But you wanted to bring it down from 95, so I was like, shit. I'm like, I've already brought a lot of the albums from 95 I liked. I'm like, I already brought 3 6 Mafia's first album on because that would have been the go-to choice if I didn't bring it on like 6 months ago. And I'm like, God, but there's wasn't a lot in 95 I really like loved. There was like bands. I'm like, all right, I like this band, but I don't know this record, and I'm not a huge fan of it. So I'm like, I'm looking around. I'm like, wait a minute, I saw this album and I'm like, did I bring this yet? Because I am a massively huge fan of this band, and hell, I even have their freaking logo tattooed on me. And so I'm like, fuck, let me check my list. I'm like, no, I brought the 2 around it. I never brought this one because it just never hit right. I'm like, fuck it. It's time to bring something that I could talk about the whole set of for literally hours and hours and hours and hours. I'll try to keep this short. But I'm like, fuck it. We're bringing Riddle Box. It's got to be ICP, Instinct, Clown Posse's Riddle Box, which isn't their best album by out of the original Joker's deck. It's not the
It's
best
pretty
album, but
close.
it's pretty damn close. There's worse ones, that's for
Pretty
damn
close.
sure. And I love this fucking album. Like when I first got into ICP back in like 09, 08, whenever it was. Like actually no, it was actually like back in like 05, 06, but I didn't really get into them fully until like 09. And like I heard this album full the whole first time. I was like, this album is fucking incredible. It's just hit after hit almost.
What got you into them?
I just randomly came across them on LimeWire.
In
Date myself.
2008?
And in 2004, 5, 6,
Okay.
when I was in high school, I was just on LimeWire putting in random words to try to find songs that had those words. And I came across the dating game, or as it's really known, the netting game, off of Great Malenko. And
I remember when Great Malenko came out. I was hoping you would have picked Great Malenko, but maybe you did like a
I
different one.
I brought Great Malenko before because that is the
Yeah.
best album out of the first.
But I remember I was in middle school and we were into that, so that's why it seems like you're late to the party, but only because I was early to the party.
That is the story of my life, Ben. I am late to the party for every fucking thing in this world. For podcasting, for music taste, I was late to the party all the fucking time. I didn't know, I never even heard the term Juggalo or ICP. I mean, actually, I knew them from wrestling. I knew them from like coming out.
I was gonna say, yeah, you should have known them from that.
I knew them from like when I would watch like the VHS tapes of like the old pay-per-views, and I would see them at that one SummerSlam in '98. But other than that, like I didn't know they rapped. I just knew they were at a freaking wrestling. I thought they were wrestlers. But
they did pretty good in wrestling, considering.
Well, I mean, with their own shit, nobody else was actually going to keep them on the roster for a long time. But JCW is getting huge now. Yeah, it really is. Juggalo Championship Wrestling. It's getting pretty damn huge. But I keep seeing shit about it now because they're focusing on that more than the music now because they finished.
Oh, really? I didn't know anything about
it. They just finished the second Joker card deck, and I think they're pretty much like saying like, all right, we're pretty much done with the music thing. Like we released like 35, 40 fucking albums at this point. We're done. Their albums been getting progressively worse. I haven't heard the newest one yet. I've heard it has some bangers.
I don't know. So like just as much as I loved them in middle school and high school, I then did not really give a shit about them from then on. So
see, I got
a throwback big time.
You're not the first person I've talked to them about and like had them say that. That's the benefit of getting them later in life is because
you had a later honeymoon period, so you're still on the fall off.
Not quite. I mean, I still listen to them on like a regular basis, and
I
don't switch. It's not like
you're still drinking the Faygo.
Faygo's fucking delicious.
Don't make fun of Faygo.
He's from
I meant.
Like he's from Michigan,
like drinking the Kool-Aid, you know.
He's from Michigan, where they make Faygo for fuck's sake. But
it's not bad. I like the what is it, Moon Mist?
Oh yeah,
I like cotton candy, but
I forget the flavors, but it wasn't bad.
Dude, they got a new one. I don't know if they've put it in other places, but they have a new one. It's a caramel apple one.
I heard about it.
Apple. It's so fucking good, and the Jolly Green Apple one they put out too is really good.
I mean,
I'm pro sodas of various kinds, so I'm all about it.
Same, but I mean, yeah, I was late to the party, but the great thing about that is everybody that got into the party when it was huge, they grew out of it as they got older, and they weren't kids anymore. They grew out of it because they thought it was like a part of youth. People who got into it in their later ages in life, it wasn't part of our youth. It was simply part of our life.
What you're saying is exactly true also for wrestling, which is very related. Meaning I liked wrestling when I was in my teens, and then I grew out of that as well. But a lot of people might have not liked it until they were much older.
See, I watched it in my middle school teenage years, but I got out of it towards the end of high school.
Did your friend have like a pay-per-view where they'd buy it and everyone would go to their place and like chip in?
I was that friend.
You were the one who'd buy it?
My parents would buy it, and everybody would chip in $5 to watch the pay-per-view. And if we had 8 people over, actually not 8. If we had 8 people over, if we 8 people over, then
plus you get a lot of snacks. Usually you get a lot of snacks for that too. Like my mom. There's Faygo. There we go. Which one is it?
They have candy apple.
And they have this one.
It's
What
called
does
Jolly.
candy apple taste like? Just cherry, or what is the candy apple flavored like?
Tastes like a candy apple. Like if you've ever had
I
a
have,
candied
but
apple.
I was just trying to think, what is a candy apple flavored like?
Like
I guess is
caramel and
that
apple.
cherry? Is it cherry on the
Kind of
outside?
like
I guess.
it's got a little bit of cinnamon, but it's mostly like a sucker flavor,
Okay,
Oh,
yeah, all right,
kind of
yeah,
like a candy sucker.
I know what you
but
mean.
And
Yeah.
this one here, this is green apple through and through. Like if you ever had
I
a
hate green
solid
apple.
apple,
I don't like green
I,
apple stuff, so I'm all
I
set.
love green apple. Shit. But
yeah, this
Nah,
one
I'm good.
is so good. Not quite as good as the Mountain Dew they had at Kroger for a while, the threshed
What's
apple, but it's pretty damn good.
What's the most popular Fago variety?
uh,
Probably Red Pop or Rock and Ride.
yeah,
I mean,
red pop. I would say red pop. But
it's the oldest, it's the most established, but
And that tastes like red
strawberry. It's strawberry.
strawberry.
yeah,
Nice.
But then Moon Mist is really popular. They have a few varieties of Moon Mist now. There's a blue one, there's a red one.
And that's more like Mountain Dew instead of like Sprite. It's more like a Mountain Dewish.
Kind of,
yeah.
yeah, it's Mountain Dewish. The blue one is whatever. They came out recently with two new ones. One was a bubble pop and one was a super pop. Bubble pop was bubble gum and it was really good. Super pop was supposed to be like Scooperman ice cream. And if you've never been to Michigan, you probably don't know what Scooperman ice cream is. It's this weird ice cream we have that's like vanilla, blue raspberry, and I'm not sure what the hell the yellow one is. I think it's fucking disgusting. I opened the bottle. I took one drink. It was the most vile fucking soda I've ever had in my life. Dude, it tasted like fucking Robitussin and candle wax.
Ew.
It was fucking vile. When Fanta came out with the Beetlejuice ones, I tried those. Those were gross. And I thought it would be impossible to make something worse than the Beetlejuice ones. Fago succeeded.
Oh, they would.
Is terrible.
Well, put it this way: the only place you can really find Fago around me is in dollar stores. So
Yeah.
that tells you something. But all right,
Yeah.
Ben, I'm done to hear.
Hold on, can you guys go first because I don't have it handy, but I do know once I hear them. So
Well,
can I go
I
last?
was I was just going to ask what you thought of Roblox.
Oh, I love it. So I mean, I don't love it. It's not great Malenko, and I don't like remember it from back in the day all that much. I will say, with specifically Riddlebox, that one made me want to start a comedy club with that name or an open mic night, and then use that as the theme song. Because there's a lot of puns on the joke theme of it, and I love that a lot. I do like there's a lot of skits, and I like the ridiculous stories about kidnapping women and killing them and other things like that, or whatever the hell stupid things they talk about, and like how they also are the butt of the joke a lot of the times because I like the
Always
deprecation thing. So they're also getting killed and other things or whatever the hell happens.
Violent.
But
Violent J is the most self-hating person in the world.
yeah, so that's how it was a good throwback slash new a lot of new stuff because I don't remember too much. I remember the visual of it because I used to have a bunch of them,
Yeah.
but my memory isn't even all that great in general. So like I don't I think I kicked that info out at some point, but it was like a refresher. But I have some good memories of them in general, so I enjoyed the trip down memory lane.
I figured it'd be a nostalgia trip for you, if anything.
Yeah,
Being that you're from Massachusetts, but
for sure.
but CJ, what did you think of Riddlebox?
I love Riddlebox. Riddlebox was the CD that got me into them. I mean, being from Detroit, I knew about them beforehand, but I didn't really. I kind of have this thing about jumping on bandwagons.
I feel you. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like,
That's
you
why
know,
I ditched. That's why I ditched Green Day. If too many people are on the bandwagon, until I jump off the bandwagon.
if it's one of them things where everybody's rushing to it all at once, I'm kind of like, okay, y'all go do you. All my friends were like, dude, you got to hear Riddle Master. You got to hear Riddle Master and
Ringmaster.
Ringmaster, I'm sorry. And then they said the first one. And the first one had Kid Rock on it. And they had the Fuck You Rebel Flag song. And I was like, okay, I'll even need to. Well, I didn't get that far because second I saw the Fuck Your Rebel Flag featuring Kid Rock, I was like, okay, I don't even need to listen to that. That's going to be one of the dumbest, corniest fucking songs ever written. You know, so I don't even need to hear it to know that it's going to be a dumb fucking song. So,
well, actually, Kid Rock was on "Is That You." He wasn't on "Fucking Rebel Flag," but
I thought he was on. Anyways, I didn't listen to the first two records, but when Riddlebox come out, I was managing an Arby's at the time, and one of the guys who was one of my sandwich makers, he was a huge ICP fan. And he's like, dude, you gotta hear this Riddlebox CD. And I was like, yeah, whatever. So after we closed, I let him put it on. And I was like, actually not that bad. There's a few songs that were kind of funny, you know, like Ha Ha Chuckle. So I started listening to it and I realized that, you know, they're actually fairly talented. And even if I didn't like them, you have to respect their hustle, you know.
Yeah, and the commitment to the bit too. I love the sound effects, the laughing, the you know, all the stuff and the weird like clown toys. You can just hear a lot of good production value.
Mikey Clark is an amazing producer.
Yeah, he is.
You know. So,
but all right, I'm gonna do this little spitfire for my honorable mentions because I have a top 10. I have a top 10 basically because it's fucking Roblox. But my honorable mentions were Dead Body Man. It's a classic. The Show Must Go On. Another classic. Kind of a almost an honorary thing to the Queen song. But number 8 was Toy Box because that song is fucking hilarious and it's just I love this. Like you're saying, the sound effects are fucking amazing in that song.
Yeah, that one.
The way they loop all the sound effects together to make it sound like a beat, freaking is amazing. And I love the skit at the end of it that goes into Cemetery Girl. Just because she's dead, we should break up or something. Like it's fucking hilarious. What? She's not as fresh as you. Like I love Jay's voice when he does that shit. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
My number 7 was Joker's Wild. I love when they do game show shit. It's always funny. And the fucking commercials they do, like send your mama straight to the store, tell that bitch to bring home a Faygo. I fucking love that. I love that shit. And my last honorable mention was Headless Boogie because
which one? What was it?
Headless Boogie because Headless Boogie is just like a fun dance. When they do dance songs, it's fucking hilarious. And I've heard so many like people in Massachusetts tell me like, yeah, I walked into a party and everybody was just doing this dance to Headless Boogie, like because there actually is a dance to it. I couldn't tell you what the fuck it is, but there's a dance to it apparently. I found that out years ago. My number 5 was Little Something Something because whenever they do love songs, it's fucking hilarious, and Little Something Something is fucking phenomenal. Number 4, and I also can't believe it's this low, but maybe it's a new appreciation for certain songs. My number 4 is Chicken Huntin', the better version, the Slaughterhouse mix. I hate everybody else wants to be like, no, the original version on Ringmaster's better. I'm like, no, the fuck it isn't. Shut your mouth. The metal version they did the video for is fucking incredible. But my number 3 is Cemetery Girl because they have a thing for necrophilia, like a lot of hardcore bands, and they fucking do funny ass songs about it. So Cemetery Girl is classic. My number 2 is 12 because I fucking love 12. I think it would be the most amazing horror movie if they actually made a horror movie based on the storyline in it. And it's basically like listening to a horror movie, like someone basically reading you a horror script. But yeah, my number 1, and this song I always love, but I got like a new appreciation for it today for some reason. My number 1 is Old Evil Eye because it literally is one of the best beats and flows I've ever heard in a rap song. Like it just like the song is perfect almost as a rap song. It's like Violent J and Shaggy's flows and fucking like they
Was
say
wait, was
everything.
Little Box in your list at all?
No, I'm not a huge fan of like Riddlebox and like Ringmaster's Word. I'm not a fan of like the title tracks they do on a lot of their albums. Like Carnival Carnage is like one of the worst tracks on that first album. Like it's just their title tracks are just that. Their title tracks are intros and that's basically it. Like Bang Pop Booming with their new shit. Bang Pop Boom, I'm not a huge fan of. My Death Pop is like one of the better ones, but it's just it is what it is. But I like most songs on this album, and the interview skit is fucking hilarious. I'll add that in there. The interview skit is fucking hilarious, where they don't even answer the questions; they just make sounds. But what were your top 5 there, Ben? If you can do them.
Yeah, no, I can now that you said some. So Riddle Box was number 1. I'm gonna use it for an open mic night or something. I'm positive because there's too much good things there. I remember thinking Toy Box is number 2, even though it's a box on a box. I didn't love the box, the repeating of the word box, but there were so many good sound effects and dumb shit in that song that made it good enough. Number 3, I didn't know between 12 or Headless Boogie, so I'm just gonna say both, even though I can't use 2. And then I'm gonna say Show Must Go On as number 4, and number 5, Dead Body Man, because Dead Body Man doesn't make any sense, and the nonsensicalness of it is what I liked about it specifically.
Yeah, they're big on zombie type songs, but
I love that. I do love what you said about 12 and be like its own horror movie. I think they do a lot of good production value horror stuff. It reminds me of like almost Tales from the Crypt vibes of like
they grew up watching it, so yeah.
Because especially the laugh that the guy does, and their laughs are like pretty similar, but also just very creepy, weird organs and stuff. It's got very similar vibes of that to me.
Oh yeah. And CJ, what were your top 5?
Dead Body Man is just a continuation of the song Wagon Wagon, basically.
Yeah.
More or less.
Yeah.
Where'd my list go? Right there. Number 5 for me is I'm Coming Home. I like that song.
It's classic.
It's
it's bluesy. It's bluesy almost, like I live my life in the gutter.
Yeah, and again, it's another song, sort of like Undone, where you can relate to it. Having been homeless, having lived house to house, and living on people's couches, you can kind of relate to that scrubby, sort of down on your luck shit that he's talking about. Number 4 is the song Little Something Something. It's just a funny song. I like that song. Number 3 is Chicken Hunting. Number 2 is Toy Box. But my number 1, he already pretty much did it, is Joker's Wild. I grew up watching the Joker's Wild TV show. So when they did it, it's great. And it has that breakdown in it. It's like, oh, God damn, we got guts in the camera. And then they break it up, saying your mom straight up to the tree. It's like, that part is never not funny. Like, I don't care how many times you listen to it. That shit is still funny. It's just one of them things that
they've done
juvenile, but it's funny.
They've done they do a few of those like game show type of songs.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, it's one of them things where
Amazing Race, or whatever it's called. Off of one of the forgotten.
Or like you said, the dating game one, like you said.
There's a bunch of them, but there's certain things in life that no matter how many times you see it, it's never not funny. Just because it's so juvenile, it's so stupid.
It is, but it's
you know, I watched Van Wilder 500 times, and I will never not laugh at Van Wilder,
of
just
course.
because it's a great fucking movie. Porky's, the first Porky's movie, same thing. You know, with Lassie, the Lassie gag. I don't care how many times you fucking watch that, it's fucking funny. You know,
and ICP does that with a lot of their music. Like a lot of it's just like always gonna be funny no matter how many times you hear it. Like
yeah,
it's just
because it's juvenile, it's stupid. You know, and people make fun of ICP. Oh, you know, they're shitty or they're this or that. They don't care. They're laughing all the way to the bank.
They don't take themselves seriously at all.
I mean, dude,
you can't.
They've put their
to be rappers and then to do the WWE thing. It's so funny.
Yeah, I mean, I worked at a Halloween place in Royal Oak for a long time, and it was a combination of, you know, Halloween stuff and other shit, all kinds of random bullshit in this place. And we were in there one day, and this guy walked in, and he said, "You know, we need to place our order." Okay, what order? He goes, "Well, we have a monthly makeup order we make here." Okay, let me call the owner. I don't know anything about who are you? And he's like, "I'm Joseph something or another." It wasn't Shaggy, it was the other Joseph that is their Psychopath Records owner.
It was fuck.
Joseph Abbasi or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
I didn't know who the fuck he was. I had never seen him. I didn't know a lot about him. So I called the owner. He goes, "Oh yeah, that's ICP. They're gonna write you a check." Okay. He goes, "Their shit is upstairs. It's in the back room." He goes, "It's all in the front corner there." And I say, "Okay, why is it up there?" And he's like, "Because it's so large, it has to be kept away from everything else." I was like, "How much fucking makeup do they have?" He's like, "Dude, it's like 40 boxes." And I'm like,
"Do you know? Remember what brand is it?"
I did. It was like face paint and different shit. And my first thought was, I got to drag 40 goddamn boxes down the fucking stairs from upstairs.
That was my first thought too when you said it.
Yeah, like, fuck is this? So I drag all this shit downstairs, and I don't even know how to ring this shit up. Like, I was like, let me call you. I don't even know what this shit costs. And he goes, "Oh, I already got the check." He hands me a check for $15,000.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
And I was like, okay. I'm going to assume this is a good check because the owner knows you and you know the owner, and I'm the new guy here. So just sign the back of this fucking thing, and I run it through the machine, and you know, never had no problems with it. But he started coming in. They would come in like once a month at the beginning of the month, and they would get like 30 or 40 boxes of, you know, face paint and all kinds of shit for all the people, you know, it's their entourage to do all their makeup and shit. Apparently, they use a disgusting amount of face creams too.
And they don't go in public without being painted up usually. So at least back then,
it'd be weird to see them without their makeup.
Yeah, they never came in. Just the other guy did.
Oh, why would they pick? Why would they pick up their own face paint once they got big enough? Like, why would they? But
it'd be like seeing Guy Fieri with his hair down. You know, it'd be like weird.
You can see pictures all over Facebook of them without makeup. They're nowadays they're all over the place with the regular.
You guys
faces,
know? But... So my girlfriend's got a couple things on the wall. I don't know this band. Do you know Bad Omens?
Yep. Very well.
This one's signed. This one's signed. I don't know. Someone brought a couple As I Lay Dying ones there too.
Yeah.
If you know them.
Bad Omen. Someone brought Bad Omens on the show about 3 months ago. I forget the fucking name of the album, but
Jordan. It was Jordan Keller.
Yeah, it was Jordan Keller. Yeah, I forget the name of the album, but Death of Peace of Mind. Yeah. But well, folks, we brought you your album choice for tonight. What are we doing next week? I am not entirely fucking sure, but I'm working on that. But we want to thank Ben for coming on because it's been a fun fucking episode. And he's welcome back
Very much. I
anytime.
appreciate it.
But I'm pretty sure he has his album picked out if he comes on again. But Ben, where can they find you, man? Where can they find what you do?
I'd say if you're watching this in the near future, in the next 3 days, check out DJ Unqualified on Spotify. There'll be some mostly techno dubstep songs. There's a couple weird ones in there as well, just to see how they do. But it should be fun. It'll be interesting to see how it works.
And yeah, send me the link for that when it comes out. So I
and if you want to connect on Instagram, it's Benny Fitz Comedy, like friends with Benny Fitz, Benny FITZ.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
CJ, where can they find you?
Music God CJ playing .rocks ROCKS. We'll have the new podcast debuting here around Halloween called the Mosh Pit Manifesto. All metal, all punk, all the time. We're gonna start it off with not who I thought I was gonna start it off with, but a couple other things. I am working on an interview with the band called The Fuck Off and Dies. So, and we got a few others signed up, Golden Pursuit and my friend Chris's band and a few others. So we're gonna get into the mosh pit with that one, but yeah, just look up what you see on the screen.
And folks, you can find both your musers on Facebook at Squatchy Largefoot, on X and the Gram is at Juggalo Bastard. And of course, YouTube is the best place to find us. Maniacal Music Musings. Everything that's ever been done is on YouTube. And we get to see our smiling faces for many years to come. But come back Saturday for the final part of the Avantasia bracket, and we'll find out who gets to pick the Halloween theme bracket that's going to take place after it. And other than that, come back next week for your regular episode of Maniacal Music Musings. Have a good week, everybody, and remember, send your mama to the store. Have a good one.
Thanks for having me.